So what were a few of the big challenges as you grew the company?
Wow, there were so many. Um, we've started the company completely bootstrapped. We've invested everything from our own packets, the entire development process over a year and a half of strict development, and then a year plus something in the market, completely bootstrapped. We've we've went we've so we're three founders, right? And
Mm-hmm.
we sold all other businesses that we had. My agency, I sold it. I had another startup that I sold. I had a startup that failed, but tried to scrape whatever I can. And my
Mm-hmm.
partners also, they had a marketing agency that they sold. They had a bar that they sold. We sold just everything so we can fund accessiBe for like 3 and something years. We got to a position when we loaned money to each other. We took loans from the bank and then loaned it to each other so we can get by.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that was tough. That was really tough. But we really wanted to do that on our own and not raise funds in the beginning, because then you lose a big chunk of your company, and that's ours. That's our baby. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we can't give it away. We can when you're much bigger and the chunks that you need to give are much smaller, and you don't lose half your company or something like that. You lose
Mm-hmm.
10% of it, 20% of the company. So that was a major challenge, but that challenge drove tons of other challenges. We couldn't hire, the at the beginning at least, the best people in Israel, at least a lot of them. So we had to hire just a small number of people. Instead of having a company of 20 or 30 people in the beginning, we had to have 5 people company or 7 people company. That each employee is amazing, but we needed 30 amazing
Mm-hmm.
people, not just 5 or 7 amazing people. So we ended up having people who aren't, experts in something, but have to do that something anyway, expert or not
Mm-hmm.
expert, because I mean, you have to go by, and we have to improve, and you have to become bigger, and you have to become better, and you have to, listen to feedback from the ground, and you have to deploy changes. So it was really tough, but now I can say that I'm a marketeer, a salesperson, a back-end engineer, a front-end engineer, UI designer. I am everything, and each of us is everything. I mean, my partner Dekel, for example, is the COO, CFO, chief legal officer, at least back then, right? So we had to just, and my other partner Gal is chief sales, chief marketing, strategy, everything. You just do everything. Um, but you have to hire people that can grow with you and with the company, because when you're starting something and you want to make it really big and really impactful in not 20 years, in 2 years, you have to have people who are versatile, even if they're not experts in something right now or in day.
Mm-hmm.
If they do that and they go and read online and put their minds into it, they can do that. They can do anything. So when you have people like that, it's much, much easier. I mean, that's, I think, the only way to really succeed at the beginning, if you're not hugely funded. So that was the major challenges. Find people like that, uh, you know, getting by with not a lot of resources. We've had a lot of instances when we're really scared for the survival of the company. I mean, even though we grew, we didn't take any salary for years. I took my first salary in the beginning of 2020, in January and February 2020. It was my first salary after we got funded, 12 million funded. We've waited until we have 12 million to take salaries. But now things are blowing up because of all the infrastructure work that we've laid. So things are just blowing up. When I'm trying to analyze, backward, everything that we've done, I think that we've went in a really, really good route. I mean, I don't see us doing that any other way.